Some people actually want Puffy's star to removed from the Howard Walk of Fame. I think it's atrocious and a joke. Why? I mean, he's honored. They ain't gonna take no star off. The sad part is that people buy them stars, and the sad part is that people, I mean, they get into this thing that the people get into this point where they think that, oh, something bad go on, we gonna act like we don't remember you. No, you spent money on him. You enjoyed yourself with there. He's too big into the pop culture fabric. When you got people in the pop culture DNA, you can't just act like you don't remember them. You can't act like you just forgot them. It's not how it goes. But it is fashionable for some people to get into this, oh, well, we out of sight, out of mind, no more use for them, or nothing like that. So, I mean, it's a sad reality in the time we live in. Now, if you bought Bad Boy Records and you built, but listen to his records, you better own up to it. Own up to it because it's not going nowhere, And then the people supported it. I mean, why change it now? All of a sudden, why are you gonna feel guilty? Stop acting like you know these people and stop acting like, oh, that's not what you didn't hear. Most people done heard stories for 50, 20 years by now, so it's not like you ain't heard stuff, you know. I mean, everybody who's had association with them is almost guilty of something. And I gotta put it like that, really, guys, if you didn't do nothing, because you know how the industry works. If you're a musician or a singer and you work with him and you got more talent in your left pinky, well, you know it was fraudulent anyway, but you know how it worked. So don't act like, oh, you're just stunned and appalled and you didn't see this coming. The fakery that goes on. What would happen if the industry was actually real? You wouldn't have hardly no one left. So why would they even want to take his star off? Let that be a reminder. He has an incredible impact on the culture, regardless of how you feel or not. He is representative of hip hop music and culture, whether you like it or not. So to listen to hip hop music, you can't talk about what I mentioned Diddy. And that's how I feel, you know. See, the nice thing about R&B music, with R&B music, you got so many different flavors of people to pick from, but even the ones that are in infamy, what have you, you can acknowledge them, but you got a lot to choose from. But one thing about it is you can name at least 8, 9 people deep before you have to be stuck with that. You can't do that with hip hop, not without Diddy. Because Diddy is associated with everybody of 6 degrees you can imagine pretty much. If you came around in the 90s era to middle O's, you can't avoid Diddy. And that's the dilemma you run into. What a way to celebrate 50 years of hip hop. Because one of your biggest artists turned out as it's turned out. But you have to acknowledge the success of it. Because without his success, a lot of them areas wouldn't be there. So it's a bittersweet pill to swallow. But don't take the star off. Don't take the star off. Because the reality is you're trying to act like it never happened when it has happened. And that's the delusion in the bigger picture of the country and places when they always act like, oh, we're going to ostracize. To me, I think that would be more effective than his prison sentences to get ostracized. Because that would do his head in worse. Imagine he walked down the street and everybody just turned to the left, turned to the right, didn't pay him no mind. That would be worse than lockup. Just saying. But anyway, this whole thing about taking the star is just crazy. And them taking pictures off of his walls or keys being turned back and we don't you made money off the man. The man's been worth $1 billion for you for a reason. Now they gonna take his money. Because I mean obviously what's going on. But ask yourself, why do people build up people to take them down anyway and then act like they don't know them when they put money on them and they fostered that and the whole industry is responsible for him. So take they stars off too. Because if you work with him and you have association with him, that's been worth another billion too, worldwide. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share if you like. Hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay true, stay real, stay focused, stay you. I'm out. Peace.